What are some of the most important things for success?
The most important thing?
Yeah.
Passion. They really got to love this.
But what do you mean about passion? Everybody talks about passion. What does it? What
Yeah,
does that mean?
really, that you live, breathe, and eat this stuff. You couldn't imagine being anywhere else, you know, that in the planet than here, running battles, creating joy.
Why would somebody choose a Battlefield Live business versus a sports franchise or any other kind of franchise? What's so unique?
Let me say that for a lot of people, those other franchises make a lot of sense. If that's their personality, if they have a passion for this, they shouldn't be doing this.
Right.
But you know, for many of us, right, and I meant that this has been a dream since they were children. So that's unique. Like, you know, how many people as a child were dreaming of, well, one day I'm going to open up an accountancy.
Business is now at 180 plus locations, 26 countries. You know, the company's won all kinds of media awards. You've just been nominated in Australia as one of Australia's top 20 coolest companies. Somebody looking at this website tonight for the first time ever, what is the size of their opportunity? Because you've seen this grow from one player, you, to 2 million players now. So what can they do?
Well, that's a really good question. I mean, the reality is that I think we've barely started. So we're going from, we've got successful businesses, but we've only just scratched the surface. I think it's really big. And the other thing that makes it really significant in size and opportunity is there's lots of ways to do this. We're doing corporate development, you know, speciality, and it's working brilliantly for that. We've got others, you know, working with the gamers and really going broad that way, and other people that are looking for and do a younger market, do extremely well doing that. Well, that's really important. But you know, one of the most interesting things about it is the amount, because it does vary in terms of terrain, missions, challenge. It's dynamic. It's not. We get a tremendous amount of people that keep playing over and over and over again.
And how do you see the business for the future, Peter?
So I think we've barely touched the surface. I mean, there are a lot of people playing, but it should go really at least another 100-fold from here.
Yeah, well, you were enormously in front of your time.
That's true.
And, you know, if it went 100 times as big as it is now, then you'd have a really big activity, because you'd be looking at 18,000 venues one day. And, you know, this is very interesting. So the size of opportunity for people out there, where we've just got 180 venues, what you're saying is an enormous growth potential for them to acquire customers, right?
I really think we've fully debugged it. Like, we know exactly how this is successful and works, but it's so early that you're really in front of the wave.
Because you and I know, you know, timing is everything in business. I mean,
Absolutely.
we wrote business plans for the company back in the 90s, and we were just too far ahead into flavour.
Yeah, well, it was ahead. It's ahead, and the ideas were fantastic, but the technology was still in catch up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now we've got one other question that I want to ask you, and that's about younger people who are thinking about setting up the business. We've got a lot of people watching tonight. It's their first business. And what do you think about this as a first business for them?
It's an excellent first business. They need to do some analysis of their own strengths and weaknesses first. I'm not saying anyone should jump into this, you know, but if they really want to get into business, this is a fantastic one to do. Because they're that age group, they're able to relate really well to the market they're in. You know, the gamers, actually that's really useful. It is actually really simple business. If you've got all the elements of a business, but this is actually pretty straightforward. You know, we've got it mapped out, so you know, really, you do this and this and this, you're really going to be on track. Because you need to have plenty of energy. It might be simple, but you've got to put a lot of energy into it.
Now let me ask you, if people do put the energy in, are we now saying that Battlefield has a pathway to success? If people follow A, B, C, D, E, and they get trained by your team, and they implement the strategies that your team lays out with the right venue in the right area, that they're going to have a successful path. That's what we're saying at this point now.
Absolutely, we can say that. I mean, because we've got that happening exactly across the world.
Yeah.
And
you're starting to see a universal success pattern. And it's not just about the guns, is it? It's not about any one aspect. It's about the whole business model.
It's about completeness. And then really that's been the thing we're really nailed down now, and we're doing so well.
And what's most important to you now about the business, in terms of what you're focusing on and what you want to develop in the business for you in the next year?
Well, my passion is the player experience, and it's a really good experience, but you know, like in anything, you never want to be satisfied. Like, we've got it really great, but we're not going to rest on our laurels, and my passion is to develop even further the game experience, really just keep going, getting better and better and better.